Hey, welcome into Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee. It's the show that highlights Giles, Maury, and Lawrence counties all from the pages of your local newspapers. I'm Scott Stewart. I am the publisher of your local newspapers, Pulaski Citizen, Main Street Maury, and the Lawrence County Advocate. This week, government leaders and citizens gathered around our county's courthouses and our public squares to lift our communities, our governments, our people, and our children up to God in prayer to recognize the General Assembly's passing of a bill this year that makes July a month of prayer across the state. And that is a permanent bill that they passed. Monday on the Columbia Square and on the Pulaski Square, prayers of repentance, forgiveness, prayers for victims of violence, and prayers for the abuse of children all the way to the womb. Prayers for freedom from addiction, prayers for God to heal our state, our country, and more were raised up as they have been all across the state for this month, all the way from East Tennessee to Middle Tennessee so far. The Lawrenceburg Square was the site of another prayer event this morning as the prayers continue westward throughout the month of July. To find out more about these events, check out our websites, PulaskiCitizen.com, MainStreetMurray.com, LawrenceCountyAdvocate.net. We'll have photos and more information in the papers next week. We'd love to get you a copy of your local newspaper to you in the mailbox or on your computer screen. Here's how you can get a subscription. Call 931-363-3544. Call 615-452-4940. Call 931-762-1726 or visit PulaskiCitizen.com, MainStreetMurray.com, or LawrenceCountyAdvocate.net to find out everything you need to know about any of our papers, any of those websites, any of those numbers for any of our papers. Andrew, Chandler, Maurice, myself will all be back with our wraps coming up, and I got a special feature for you coming out of Maury County this week. So let's get our weekly wrap started up right now. Well, hey, welcome in everybody to Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee, and we're in Columbia today, and I'm here with Corbin Davis, and Corbin is with Maury Alliance, and she also wears other hats. First thing we'll talk about with Maury Alliance is it's a little hot out here, right, Corbin?
Yes.
Just a little bit. But guess what we're going to talk about? We're going to talk about Christmas, make everybody cool off a little bit.
Yeah.
So tell us about Christmas in July.
So our promotion for Local First gift cards is our Christmas in July, and it's happening July 23rd through 25th. So if you come in and spend $50 on gift cards, you'll get $10 free. Yeah. 3 days only. So come in. You can go online as well and then pick up in our office. We have over 70 participating businesses, so this is a great gift year-round. Yeah. Birthdays, anniversaries, Christmas, come see us. And
plus, there's nothing better to think about than Christmas when it's the heat index of 100, 100 degrees out here. Okay, let me just say this too. That is this weekend. That's right. Am I right about that?
Yes, this Wednesday through Friday.
Yeah, so people will be seeing this on Wednesday. So today through Friday, we've got you can go to the Maury Alliance website, find out everybody that's being involved in it, and Santa Claus might show up, right?
Maybe.
In July.
We'll see.
All right, we'll see. So Corbin wears a lot of hats in Maury County in Columbia, and one of them is you're bringing the Miss Maury County competition to Columbia and Maury County. So explain what's going on with that.
Yeah. So Miss Maury County happening November 8th in Columbia, Tennessee. It is a preliminary competition to Miss Tennessee, and we will crown a teen and a Miss winner, and those young ladies will represent Maury County at Miss Tennessee in summer of 26. And if we're fortunate enough that our Miss Maury County wins Miss Tennessee, she will go to Miss America.
Wow.
So it's a pretty big competition. It's not like a normal competition. So we've got talent, interview, on-stage question, evening gown, whole 9 yards. It's a fun-filled day, and these girls are very smart, empowered young ladies
awesome.
Who know what they want, and they go after it.
So. Right. And hey, there's a couple of things we need to talk about with this. First of all, this weekend, we're going to have a special guest here in Columbia. Talk about that.
We are. So July 26th, Miss Tennessee will actually be in Columbia visiting a few places as one of our fundraisers. It's Spirit Day. So follow Miss Maury County Organization on Facebook to get the Spirit Day schedule and to keep up with Miss Tennessee that day.
And also would like to remind the people out there looking for good causes, good people to support in our community. Nothing better than, as she said, supporting these empowered young ladies as they go and get what they're looking for. Yeah. And this kind of competition is a big thing for them. It means a lot to them. And if you're a sponsor out there, somebody in a business, an individual, an organization who wants to be part of it, you can go to the Miss Maury County organization on Facebook. I got it right.
Yes.
How about that? Miss Maury County organization on Facebook, and contact Corbin there.
Yeah, so this competition also supplies these young ladies with scholarships.
Yeah.
And so that's a big proponent of this. I've been fortunate enough to compete in this system in the past and was able to get part of college paid for this way,
right.
Learn some interview skills, public speaking skills. And so I'm very, very passionate about this and hope you guys are too.
Yeah. So just make sure you get with her. Make sure you keep your eyes open. And you know, if you're going to be in town Saturday, or even if you're not, make it a special trip. Find out. And here's how you can find all this out. It's all in this week's Main Street Maury, and also at mainstreetmaury.com. You can see both of these stories that we just talked about, as well as the Miss Maury County, Tennessee, and the Christmas in July story. So, Corbin, thank you for stopping by for just a minute. Hey, Corbin's got to go. She's always on the move, so we're going to let her get out of here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank y'all. We'll be right back.
Hello, I'm your Main Street Maury reporter, Andrew Pearson, back again with the wrap for our July 23rd issue. First off, in our top story, with the cutest photograph, the Columbia City Council officially adopted a firehouse dog. Darby, a golden doodle valued at $5,000, was donated by Courtney Cummins Powell to serve as an emotional support animal for the city firefighters at Station Number 3. The City Council also approved changes to a couple important projects, which you can read about on page A3 of our issue. Next, Joey Scheidrich, who is crowned Miss Tennessee for 2025, will come to Columbia this Saturday to help raise funds for our own Miss Maury County pageant. She'll arrive at Vive Cycling at 6:45 a.m., go to Town Coffee at 8, then stay at Baxter's Mercantile starting at 10, and finally spend a couple hours at Hattie Jane's Creamery from noon to 2. Several regional fire departments, including those of Maury County, Columbia, and Chapel Hill, completed a 3-day course in trench rescue a couple weeks ago. The UT Institute for Public Service taught the fire and rescue personnel how to shore up the walls of a collapsed trench, then rescue people who were caught in the fallen earth. Columbia State signed an agreement with Maury County Public Schools to enroll college students in a pre-apprenticeship program in the public schools of our county, where they can learn about and experience firsthand what it's like to be a teacher. The program begins this fall. And finally, the Mount Pleasant City Commission sounded very bullish on a north of town residential development at their study session. The development, which is being revised, would have allowed John Mayer Builders to put 247 houses and a sewer plant in the old Armstrong field bounded by Zion and Old Zion roads. Public comment was uniformly negative when the neighborhood came before the Planning Commission 2 nights earlier, so keep an eye out for the public hearing notice, because this might turn into a slugfest. In our other news, the Spring Hill Planning Commission approved the preliminary plat for a June Lake residential development, and Charlie Plunkett advises our readers about the pitfalls of trusting social media influencers for financial advice. That's all our news this week. Thank you for tuning into this week's wrap, and we look forward to bringing you the news next week too. We will see you then, and God bless everybody.
Busy bee, yeah, busy bee. If you need
Hold on, y'all, hold on. I need to make a call. Hey, this is Brianna with Busy Bee. I'm giving you a call to let you know your technician is on his way.
833.
Bee, oh, busy bee. Guys, not yet. Not yet.
Busy bee, oh,
Now
busy
ready,
bee.
guys.
Call 775-7833.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
Piggly Wiggly, located in Neely's Mill Shopping Center, is Columbia's locally owned and operated cost plus 10 grocery store dedicated to serving the community with low prices and smiling faces. Piggly Wiggly offers fresh, hand-cut meats daily as well as daily hot plate lunches from their deli counter. You're certain to see smiling faces and a helping hand when you're here at Piggly Wiggly. Come by and check out our fresh produce, high-quality meats, and more. Down home, down the street, we'll see you at the Pig.
This is Chandler Harmon bringing you this week's Pulaski Citizen Wrapped. And we'll start this week with our Citizen Spotlight of Haley Marie Dally. Her photo graces the spot of honor at the top and center of our front page. Also in A1, the Giles County Commission is set to hold a public hearing and their monthly meeting next week in which they will vote on the adjusted 2025-26 budget. During the Budget Committee meeting this month, the Giles County Commission reduced the proposed property tax increase by almost 12%. A back-to-school bash is set to take place on August 2nd at Sherwood Park and will be hosted in partnership between the Pulaski Parks and Recreation Department and the Pouring Spot. CB Outreach is hosting free back-to-school haircuts for children in the Giles County area. Local Pulaski landmark Windsor Village has been torn down after falling into disrepair and will be turned into additional drive-in stalls for Sonic. The Ardmore Board of Mayor and Aldermen has appointed longtime resident Shara Hunt to take over the vacant position on the board. Inside, the Pulaski Lions Club presented its annual School Scholarship Awards banquet. The Tennessee Department of Health is reminding parents now is the time to make immunization a priority. Bobby Wren, who is the author of Growing Up in Pulaski, is set to answer questions that the community might have at the quarterly meeting of the Giles County Historical Society. Proceeds from the book will be going to the Historical Society and to the Chamber. Abby is this week's GCHA Pet Corner Pet of the Week. And as always, the Pulaski Citizen has obituary notices, court dockets, property transfer, government public notices, backward glances, fun and games, church directory, community briefs, Tennessee Valley weather, and church briefs. That's it for this week's Pulaski Citizen Wrapped. We'll be right back after this.
Busy bee, yeah, busy bee. If you need
Hold on, y'all, hold on. I need to make a call. Hey, this is Brianna with Busy Bee. I'm giving you a call to let you know your technician is on his way.
833.
Bee, oh, busy bee. Guys, not yet. Not yet.
Busy bee, oh,
Now
busy
ready,
bee.
guys.
Call 775-7833.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
Piggly Wiggly, located in Neely's Mill Shopping Center, is Columbia's locally owned and operated cost plus 10 grocery store dedicated to serving the community with low prices and smiling faces. Piggly Wiggly offers fresh, hand-cut meats daily as well as daily hot plate lunches from their deli counter. You're certain to see smiling faces and a helping hand when you're here at Piggly Wiggly. Come by and check out our fresh produce, high-quality meats, and more. Down home, down the street, we'll see you at the Pig.
Hey, the Lawrence County Advocate starts this week with a fire on Gimlet Road that damaged a New Prospect home. Sandy Mashburn shares that story with us. Carrie Stagg shares a story on the Pavilion Produce Market at the Pavilion there in Lawrenceburg, behind the municipal building just off the square. Carrie also continues her farm series with Walnut Spring Farm. Also, special on the front page this week is Miss Cheap's column about the sales tax holiday that's coming up this weekend. And finally, on A1 is STRHS Lawrenceburg naming Robin Scoggin its new chief nursing officer. Inside, Lawrence County Chamber's Ben Barnett has been named to the Tennessee Next program. Local students have been honored at the Skills USA event. The Tennessee Highway Safety Office encourages Tennesseans to join Operation Southern Slowdown. Lawrence County's Republican women discuss fundraising efforts. The annual David Crockett Days are set for August 22nd through the 24th. The Lawrence County Historical Society's program for May highlighted local beekeeper Brock Peters. The library will host local authors on Saturday. Henry ponders on chicken chokers and tassel flies, and Neil Beard takes us on a walk through Dismal's Canyon. And there's a lot more to see in the Advocate this week, including local obituaries, local community events, government notices, auctions and estate sales, forecast from the Tennessee Valley weather, 2 pages of puzzles and comics, and the local church directory. And that's it for Lawrence County Advocate this week. We will be right back right after this.
Piggly Wiggly, located in Neely's Mill Shopping Center, is Columbia's locally owned and operated Cost Plus 10 grocery store dedicated to serving the community with low prices and smiling faces. Piggly Wiggly offers fresh, hand-cut meats daily, as well as daily hot plate lunches from their deli counter. You're certain to see smiling faces and a helping hand when you're here at Piggly Wiggly. Come by and check out our fresh produce, high-quality meats, and more. Down home, down the street, we'll see you at the Pig.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
Busy bee, yeah, busy bee. If you need
Hold on, y'all, hold on. I need to make a call. Hey, this is Brianna with Busy Bee. I'm giving you a call to let you know your technician is on his way.
833.
Bee, oh, busy bee. Guys, not yet. Not yet.
Busy bee, oh,
Now
busy
ready,
bee.
guys.
Call 775-7833.
Hey, I'm Maurice Patton, Regional Sports Editor for Main Street Media of Tennessee for Southern Middle Tennessee, covering the Pulaski Citizen, the Lawrence County Advocate, and Main Street Maury. This week's print editions, all dated July 23rd. We've got some football because, like it or not, it's right around the corner, and Mark Mize of the Citizen has gotten you up to date in the Citizen on the latest on both Richland and Giles County as they move toward pad work here at the end of the week, start of next week. Coming out of 7-on-7, it's where we kind of separate the men from the boys. Everything changes when you put the pads on. Ask any football coach. And so again, Mark's got you up to speed on both the Raiders and the Bobcats in this week's Pulaski Citizen. Also chipped in with some coverage of the Lawrence County Wildcats in this week's Advocate. So be sure and check that out. The Wildcats debuting a new coach this year in alumnus Garrick Barnett. Mark checks in with him on where they are coming out of 7-on-7, heading into this week's heat acclimation period. Much needed heat acclimation period. If you've been outside, you understand why I say that. But again, everybody heading toward pad work here by the end of the week, the start of next week, and pointing toward either August 15th Jamborees or August 22nd season openers. 2025 high school football right around the corner. Again, be sure and check it out in the Pulaski Citizen and the Lawrence County Advocate. In Main Street Maury, got a little football action as well. Mount Pleasant veteran coach Kid Hartsfield took a couple of his standouts, Jaden McClure and Peyton Niehaus, up to Nissan Stadium last week for the Tennessee Titans annual high school football media day. They got to mix and mingle with some other athletes and programs from across Middle Tennessee and check in with some area media outlets. Check out coverage of their appearance in this week's Main Street Maury. That wasn't the only thing going on out at Mount Pleasant here of late. The Tigers and Lady Tigers soccer teams are getting geared up. You heard me, soccer. Mount Pleasant is adding that to their athletic program menu. So Shane Smith, former Fairview boys coach, is taking over both those programs and has the task of getting those programs started. Again, be sure and check out this week's Main Street Maury for more on the new boys and girls, or girls and boys, since girls will come first this fall before boys in the spring. But the Mount Pleasant soccer teams getting onto the pitch in the 25-26 academic year. More on that in this week's Main Street Maury. Also, in all three papers that I mentioned, the Pulaski Citizen, the Lawrence County Advocate, and Main Street Maury, we've got coverage of the American Legion 17U state baseball tournament that took place over the weekend over at Zion Christian Academy. Columbia posts 19, Pulaski posts 60, Loretto posts 36, and the Lawrenceburg Jaybirds were all in action along with 4 other teams from across Tennessee. Columbia post 19 and the Loretto Legends from post 36 were the last 2 teams standing. Columbia forced an if necessary game on Sunday with a 14-2 win on Sunday. Unfortunately, we were unable to get the results of that if necessary game into print because it took place on Monday after our deadline. But I can tell you, the Loretto Legends are your American Legion 17U state champions following a 14-10 win in that second championship game on Monday over at Zion Christian. Great tournament for all involved. We've got results for all of our local teams, again, in the Citizen, in the Advocate, and in Main Street Maury, so be sure and check that out. Coming up this week, more summer football progress, some coaching changes, some hirings are set to be announced. We will kind of monitor those as we go, and you might check it out online. You might see it in next week's print editions, the July 30th print editions across the Pulaski Citizen, the Lawrence County Advocate, and Main Street Maury. Also, former New England Patriot linebacker and former New England Patriot assistant coach Dante Hightower made a public appearance up at Spring Hill earlier this week, getting the word out about his foundation and some work that he'll be doing in the area. He has moved back from New England to the South Williamson, North Maury County area, the Marshall County native who starred at Marshall County High School and at the University of Alabama before embarking on his professional career with the New England Patriots, is back in town and looking to do some good work in the community. We'll have coverage of that appearance online at mainstreetmaury.com and in print next week. So be sure and check that out, along with all other things sports across the area. Again, I'm Maurice Patton, regional sports editor for Southern Middle Tennessee for Main Street Media. We will see y'all next week.
Hey, that's it for Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee this week. Make sure you get a copy of your local newspaper so that you don't miss a minute or a second of the coverage that we have lined up for you all across Southern Middle Tennessee. For more information on subscribing to any of our local newspapers, you can visit one website, and one website will do it all. That is MainStreetMediaTN.com. That's MainStreetMediaTN.com. And again, we thank you for trusting us as your source for local news, information, sports, and more. And good Lord willing, we're going to be right back here next week on Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee.